Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss a play by Colin Dexter, Evans, Tries, and O Level.
Long play. So I am going to send you links also today itself. I will be sending you some links. You can, in the meantime, tomorrow you can just go through them. So that the next time we meet, you are clear uh, about the chapter and about the different characters of the chapter. So I will be sending a few links after this class. Okay. So let's start with the chapter Evans Tries and O Level. It's a very, very long chapter. That is why I couldn't miss it today. Evans Tries and O Level. It is written by Colin Dexter. Okay. Before you read, there is a question for you. Should criminals in prison be given the opportunity of learning and education? Do you think they should be given an opportunity to learn and to educate themselves? This is a question for you. Bolo bachche. Do you think criminals should be given an opportunity to learn in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think so?
Ma'am, because they are in prison because they were not educated or they did some wrong deed. So we should educate them so that they do not do the same thing again, and they do some other they do some other good things by education and learning.
Yes. Anybody else who can just tell why should they be given this chance to educate themselves? Ronit. Ronit. Ronit, please speak up.
Ma'am, yes, I think so that even criminals should get basic education because I think prison is built not to torment people but to teach them self-discipline.
Yes.
So and basic education is something that is necessary for everyone. Uh,
Okay.
Education is the only thing that separates us from animals. So I think so that it's important.
They should be given a chance to educate themselves. As he said, that it is not a place which is meant to torment people, but it is actually a place which is meant to reform them. And definitely, education can go in a long way in the reformation of people. So, various characters are there in the play. One is the secretary of the examinations board. Then we have the governor of HM Prison, Oxford. Then we have main character James Evans, a prisoner. Mr. Jackson is a prison officer. Mr. Stephens is again a prison officer. So these two are prison officers. Then we have the Reverend S. McCleary, an invigilator. Then Mr. Carter, detective superintendent. Mr. Bell, again a detective, chief inspector. Okay, these are the chief characters, and all precautions have been taken to see to it. The main character is Evans. I told you, James Roderick Evans. That's his full name, and all precautions have been taken to see to it that the O-level German examination arranged in the prison for Evans does not provide him with any means of escape. Now, this particular prisoner, who is named James Roderick Evans, he is actually not only a kleptomaniac. Have you ever heard of this term? What do you mean by kleptomania? सुना है बच्चे आपने कभी what is kleptomania? He's a congenital kleptomaniac. सुना है आपने कभी? Kleptomania is a kind of a disease. Is where you know unintentionally lift things. जिससे shoplifting भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है? कुछ लोग दुकानों में जाते हैं. Even if they belong to very rich families or they have quite their background is good, but still they lift things. So this is a disease. So he is also a kleptomaniac, and apart from being a kleptomaniac, he is also he's also named jail. He's called the one who breaks the jail quite often. So thrice he has tried to escape from the thrice he has actually escaped from the jail. So that is why it is written all precautions have been taken. He wants to pursue O-level German, and for that he has received coaching. And now he is appearing for an examination, O-level German O-level examination, and all precautions have been taken so that no opportunity is provided to him for any kind of escape. Okay, so I want the boys this time to do some kind of role play. Yes, volunteers. I need volunteers. The other day, when we did on the face of it, girls had volunteered. Abhay, would you like to read on? Abhay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Abhay and Ronit. Okay, please go ahead. So it was. I'm reading out the first three lines. Then you can continue. Okay, Abhay. It was in early March when the Secretary of the Examinations Board received the call from Oxford Prison. So the time of the year was March, and the Secretary of the Examinations Board he got a call from Oxford Prison, and the call was made. It was quite an unusual request. So what was that request? We're going to read. Yes, Abhi, you can start, and Ronit, you could continue with the other character. Okay.
It's a slightly unusual request, Governor, but I don't see why you shouldn't try to help. Just, just the one fellow, you say.
That's it, chap. That's it. Chap called Evans. Started night classes in O-level German last September. Says he's dead keen to get some sort of academic qualification.
Is he any good?
Only one in the class. So you can say he's had an individual tuition all the time. Really. Would have cost him a packet if he'd been outside.
Well, let's give him a chance.
Kind of you. What exactly is
Okay,
the
hold on,
procedure?
hold on. Let me just explain this, so then we'll move on to the next page because we have the content of the next page now. So, see, the why was the request unusual? Request was unusual because the prisoner was trying to opt for O level, that is a high level German examination, and they said it was an unusual request. But I don't see why we shouldn't try to help just the one fellow, you say. So who is saying this? This is the secretary of the examination board. Okay, वो बोल रहे कि हमें क्यों नहीं help करनी चाहिए? This is just one fellow, and he wants to. He's dead keen. What do you mean by dead keen? What is dead keen?
Greatly interested.
Yes, Dead Keen is greatly interested. So he says, that's it, chap called Evans. The name is Evans, James Roderick Evans. And he says, chap called Evans, he started night classes in O-level German last September. Says he's dead keen. As I just told you, he was deeply interested to get some sort of academic qualification. And the examination, the secretary of the examination board, he wants to know, is he any good? What does he mean? That if we give him the chance to appear in the examination, is it going to help him in any way? Now he says he was the only one in the class, so you can say he's had individual tuition all the time, and he's had individual attention because he was the only student in the class, and it would have cost him a packet if he had been outside. What does he mean by this? It would have cost him a packet if he had been outside. क्या मतलब है बेटा इसका? बोलो.
मैम कि मतलब it would be have less expensive.
It would have been quite expensive. It would have been very expensive had he not been in prison. अगर वो जेल में ना होता और बाहर से ये O level German की कोचिंग लेता और वो अकेला स्टूडेंट होता, then it would have cost him a lot. Okay, that is what he means by when he says it would have cost him a packet if he had been outside. Well, let's give him a
Ma'am,
chance. हाँ जी बोलो.
मैम ये जो फर्स्ट लाइन है that the it was unusual, so why was the request unusual? Can you repeat this point?
Yes, the request Simran Kaur is waiting. Why are students joining it so late? Okay, the request was unusual because the secretary of the examination board had not had any kind of such request in the past. Okay, wherein a prisoner wanted to opt for a high level O level German examination. Okay, so that is why he says the request was quite unusual. Got it, Malvika?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, then he says he's got individual attention. Let's give him a chance, shall we? So let's continue from here. That's surely kind of you. हाँ जी, पढ़ो बच्चे.
रौनक की हो रही है.
हाँ, रौनक घूम गया ना.
That's jolly kind of you. What exactly is the procedure now?
Oh, don't worry about that. I will be sending you all the forms and stuff. What's his name? You say Evans?
James Roderick Evans. It sounded rather grand.
Just one thing, Governor, he's not a violent sort of fellow, is he? I don't want to know his criminal record or anything like that, but
No record of violence. Quite a pleasant sort of chap, they tell me. Bit of a card, really. One of the stars at the Christmas concert. Imitations, you know the sort of thing. Mike Yarwood stuff. No, he's just a congenital sort of thing.
No, he's just a
No,
congenital
he's just a congenital
kleptomaniac.
kleptomaniac. That's all. The governor was tempted to add something else, but he thought better of it. He'd look after that particular side of things himself.
presumably, said the secretary, you can arrange a room where.
No problem. He's in the cell on his own. If you have no objections, he can sit the exam in there.
That's fine.
Okay, fine. Hold on. Let's do it. He says that's jolly kind of you. What exactly is the procedure now? He says he says what is the procedure exactly? Oh, don't worry about that. I'll be sending you the forms and stuff. What is his name? You said Evans. Yes, James Roderick Evans. That is his name. It sounded rather grand, so they just called him Evans. Okay. Just one thing, Governor, he's not a violent sort of fellow. The Secretary of the Examination Board is, quite concerned about this aspect of Evans, that he's not, he hopes that he's not violent. I don't want to know his criminal record. He says, I'm not interested in getting into the criminal record, but I should at least know that he should not be violent, because some invigilator is definitely going to be sent in. So if the person is violent, the invigilator would definitely face a lot of problems. So that is why. No, there is no record of violence. He's quite a pleasant sort of chap, they tell me. Bit of a card, really. What is bit of a card? Card means, what does it mean here? It's quite amusing. Otherwise, he's quite pleasant and amusing kind of a person. One of the stars at the Christmas concerts, imitation. So he likes imitating, people. He likes imitating great musicians. The sort of thing, Mike Yarwood. So he's trying to say that he imitates Mike Yarwood also. He actually imitates quite a number of stars. No, but there is a problem. He's just a congenital kleptomaniac. I just told you what is kleptomania. Kleptomania is a kind of a it's kind of a disease. It's a kind of a mental condition wherein what do the people do? What do they do? अभी बताया था मैंने आपको.
They lift up things.
They lift up things. They have this
Just
desire.
asked him to steal.
Yes, they have this desire to steal. They cannot just control themselves. That is kleptomania. And what is something, a disease which is congenital, that is something which is there in you either by birth or even before that. So he is a congenital kleptomaniac. That is all. The governor was tempted to add something else. He wanted to add something else, but he thought better of it. He would look after that particular side of things himself. Now underline this. He was tempted to add something else. What was that thing? He wanted to add something, and that thing was that this person is, he has escaped from the jail thrice. Okay, so he wanted to add it, but he said that the secretary of the examination board is not concerned, should not be concerned with this aspect, and that is why he said, I would look after that particular side myself. Presumably, said the secretary, you can arrange a room where. Okay, read down the last lines. You can arrange a room where, no problem. He's in a cell on his own. So he says, actually, there is no problem because he is in a room that is to himself. He is all alone in that room. If you have no objections, he can sit the exam in there. तो अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है तो उसी एग्जाम में उसको उसी रूम में उसको रहने देते हैं और वहीं पे उसका एग्जाम कंडक्ट करवा लें. That is fine, the secretary replied. Next page.
And we could easily get one of the parsons from St. Mary Mag's to invigilate, if that's...
Fine, yes. They seem to have a lot of parsons there, don't they? The two men chuckled good naturedly, and the secretary had a final thought. At least there's one thing. You shouldn't have much trouble keeping him incommunicado, should you?
The governor chuckled politely once more, reiterated his thanks, and slowly cradled the phone. Evans,
Evens
Yes, pick up.
Evens the break, as the prison officers called him. Thrice he had escaped from prison, and but for the recent wave of unrest in the maximum security establishments up north, he wouldn't now be gracing the governor's premises in Oxford. And the governor was going to make absolute certain that he wouldn't be disgracing them. Not that Evans was a really burden, just a president nagging presence. He would be all right in Oxford, though the governor would see to it personally. And besides, there was a just possibility that Evans was genuinely interested in O-level German. Just a slight possibility, just a very slight possibility. At 8:30 p.m. on Monday, 7 June, Evans' German teacher shook him by the hand in the heavily guarded recreational block just across from D Wing.
Newton
Then
clicked.
Drew, Sir Evans.
I said, good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks. Dank Schoene.
Okay, wait, just hold on. So he says, and we could easily get one of the parsons from St. Mary Mag's to invigilate. If that's, who is a parson? Who is a parson?
East.
Yes, a priest. He says,
Okay.
for the purpose of invigilation, we can get a parson. Fine, yes. They seem to have a lot of parsons there, don't they? The two men chuckled. Chuckled means they just laughed. They had a good laugh, good naturedly. And the secretary had a final thought. At least there's one thing. You shouldn't have much trouble keeping him incommunicado, should you? What do you mean by incommunicado? What is incommunicado?
Not allowed to communicate with other people.
Not allowed to communicate with others. So if the if there is only why would he not be allowed to communicate with others? Because see, as you know that there's going to be only one person who would be sitting for the examination, and that would be Evans. And there would be only one. There would be definitely going to be only one invigilator, and that person is going to be a priest. And if you are having an examination, if you are appearing for an examination, you will not speak, and the other person is a priest. As it is, he is not going to talk to you. So definitely there would be no communication between the two. So examination, according to him, would go on very smoothly. The governor chuckled politely once more, and he reiterated. What is to reiterate something means to just repeat. He repeated his thanks to the. He gave his thanks to the secretary of examinations, and he slowly cradled the phone. What is cradling the phone? What is cradling the phone?
Back.
Yes, just keeping it back.
Placed back.
Yes, very good. Evans the break, as the prison officers called him. Thrice he had escaped from prison, and but for the recent wave of unrest in the maximum security establishments up north, he wouldn't now be gracing the governor's premises in Oxford. And the governor was going to make absolutely certain that he wouldn't be disgracing them. Disgracing whom? Disgracing the governor and his officials. Not that Evans was a real burden. He was not a burden. He was not of any kind of a burden to anybody. He was not a problematic kind of a prisoner, but just a persistent nagging presence. Why was his presence a nagging one? Because every time he would just try to escape, and he had already escaped thrice, and he would be all right in Oxford, though the governor would see to that, would see to it personally. And after that wave of unrest, after things became normal, he would be sent to Oxford. Okay, and besides, there was just a possibility that Evans was genuinely interested in O-level German. वो क्या बोल रहे हैं यहाँ पे? वो बोल रहे हैं कि चलो ठीक है, वो 3 बार उसने भागने की कोशिश करी, उसने बहुत कुछ किया है, मगर ये भी तो हो सकता है कि वो genuinely पढ़ना चाहता हो. Okay, if we have that possibility, just a slight possibility, just a very slight possibility, but this chance was very less. And then what happened at 8:30 p.m. on Monday, 7th of June? Evans' German teacher shook him by the hand in the heavily guarded recreational block just across from D Wing. उसका जो टीचर था, ठीक ठीक है, जब एग्जाम से पहले उसने उसको बेस्ट विशेस दिए एंड ही सेड न्यूटन ग्लिक इवेंस एंड ही सेड एंड ही कुडंट अंडरस्टैंड, यू नो। अब आप ये सोचो कि वो ओ लेवल एग्जामिनेशन में अपीयर होने वाला है, बट ही कुडंट अंडरस्टैंड सिंपल थिंग इन जर्मन, दैट वाज best wishes.
Haven't a cat in health's chance of getting through. Of course, but
Surprise everybody, said Evans.
at 8:30 the following morning, Evans had two visitors in fact. He tucked his grubby string vest into his equally grubby trousers and stood up from his bunk, smiling cheerfully. Morning, Mr. Jackson. This is indeed an honor.
Jackson was the senior prison officer on D Wing, and he and Evans had already become warm enemies. At Jackson's side stood Officer Stephens, a burly, surly looking man, only recently recruited to the profession.
Jackson nodded curtly. And how's our little Einstein this morning? Then,
Wasn't he a mathematician, Mr. Jackson?
I think
Yes.
was a
Okay,
Jew.
hold on. So he says, yes, we were at Gutenglück. So he said something in German, and that something meant good luck, but even said, pardon me. He says he couldn't understand. So he just said, I said good luck for tomorrow. Oh, thanks, I mean. And then he also replied in German, but the teacher knew it very well, and he said, you haven't a cat in hell's chance of getting through, of course. What do you mean by cat in hell's chance? You have a there is a very remote possibility that you would pass this O-level German examination. And even said, I may surprise everybody. Like I am in the habit of surprising people. I may surprise everybody. And then what happened the following morning at 8:30 a.m. Evans had a visitor. Actually, he had two visitors. He tucked his grubby string vest into his equally grubby trousers. What do you mean by tucking in? You must have heard of this word, tucked. What is tucked?
Push and
Yes, pushing into. So he was, आप कई बार आप स्कूल में यूनिफॉर्म पहन के आते हो, बट शर्ट्स आप टक इन नहीं आपने की होती, तो टीचर्स आपको बोलते हुए जाओ टक इन करके आओ. So that is so he just pushed his dirty means very dirty vest into his equally dirty trousers, and he just stood up from his bunk. Bunk is what is bunk? It's a narrow kind of a bed that is there in a prison cell. And but he was a very cheerful kind of a fellow, so he just smiled cheerfully and he said, "Morning, Mr. Jackson. This is indeed an honor." So he said, Jackson is a senior prison officer, and he just wished him good morning, and he said, "It's an honor that you are here with me." So Jackson was the senior prison officer on D Wing, and he and Evans had already become warm enemies. Some kind of cold war was going on between the two. Jackson didn't like Evans. Evans did not like Jackson. At Jackson's side stood Officer Stephens. And what kind of a person was he? He was a burly, surly looking man. What do you mean by burly, surly? What is burly, surly? Suna?
large and strong man.
Yes, large, heavily built, very strong man, only recently recruited to the profession. So he had joined the profession only recently. So he just said, Jackson nodded curtly. उसने बोला कि it's a great honor that you are here, and very abruptly, very curtly, very rudely he just nodded. ठीक है. Okay. And he said, and how is a little Einstein this morning then? So he addressed him by the name Einstein. Wasn't he a mathematician, Mr. Jackson? I think he was a Jew, Mr. Jackson. Evan's face was unshaven. He said, who was Einstein? I'm appearing for an O-level German examination, and you are referring to me as Einstein. So I think he was a mathematician. This is what, who said this? Who said this? Wasn't he a mathematician? Who said this?
Evans.
Yes. Okay.
His face was unshaven, and he wore a filthy-looking red and white bobby hat upon his head. Give me a chance, Mr. Jackson. I was just going to shave when you burst in.
which reminds me, Jackson turned his eyes on Stephens. Make sure you take his razor out of the cell when he's finished scraping the ugly mug of his. Clear? One of these days he will do us all a favor and cut his bloody throat.
Okay, fine. So he says, I think he was a Jew, Mr. Jackson. Now, Evan's face was unshaven and he wore a filthy looking red and white bobble hat upon his head. Okay, face उसका unshaven था, दाढ़ी उसकी बहुत लंबी हुई थी, and he was wearing a very dirty looking hat upon his head. Give me a chance, Mr. Jackson. I was just going to shave when you busted. बेटा आप तो एकदम से आ गए. I was not prepared for your entry. Just give me a chance. Within a few minutes, I'm going to shave my beard off. Which reminds me, Jackson turned his eyes on Stephens. Make sure you take his razor out of the cell when he's finished scraping that ugly mug of his. So as I told you, they were in some kind of a cold war. Jackson hated Evans and Evans also didn't like him either. So उसने क्या बोला उसको कि जैसे इसकी एक गंदी सी दाढ़ी हमें शेव कर लेगा, just make sure that you take the razor out of his cell. Razor ले लेना. But one of these days he added clear, and then he said one of these days he'll do us all a favor and cut his bloody throat. तो 3 बार ये भागने की कोशिश भाग चुका है, हर बार भागने की कोशिश करता रहता है. एक दिन अच्छा ही होगा जब ये अपने इस रेजर से अपना खुद ही गला काट लेगा. So he would do us a favor if he does that. He said this, and he gave the instructions to Stephens that the moment Evans finishes up shaving his beard, you have to take that razor out of the cell. Okay, is it clear till this much to everybody? Clear hai bachche? Bolo?
Yes.
Yes or no? So
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then please respond. What kind of a person was Evans? This is a question on the very first page of your chapter of the play, page number 70. What kind of a person was Evans? Think of the answer. Raise your hands. I'll capture your attendance in the meantime. Khushpreet. What kind of a person was Evans?
Ma'am, Evans was a young boy. He was a pleasant sort of boy, but all the prisoner officers called him Evans the Break
Yes.
because he had escaped 3 times from prison. He was an intelligent person and he wanted to appear in German O-level examination.
You cannot say that he was intelligent. There's nothing that is given as evidence of his intelligence, but you can just say that he showed that he wanted to appear for the German O-level examination, and he was pleasant sort of a chap. He was a congenital kleptomaniac. He was named Evans the Break because he had thrice escaped from the jail. Next is, he'll do us a favor and cut his bloody throat.
For a few seconds, Evans looked thoughtfully at the man standing ramrod straight in front of him. A string of Second World War medals proudly paraded over his left breast pocket. Mr. Jackson, was it you who took my nail scissors away? Evans had always worried about his hands.
And your nail file too.
For a moment, Evans' eyes smoldered dangerously, but Jackson was ready for him.
Orders of the governor. Evans, he leaned forward and lead, his voice dropping to harsh, contemptuous whisper, you want to complain.
Shrugged his shoulders lightly. The crisis was over.
You have got half an hour to smarten yourself up, Evans, and take that bloody hat off.
Me? At her? Evans put his right hand lovingly on top of the filthy woolen and smiled sadly. You know, Mr. Jackson is the only thing that's ever brought me any sort of luck in life. Kind of a lucky charm. If you know what I mean. And today I thought, well, with my exam and all that.
Buried somewhere in Jack
हाँ, पढ़ो, ये
was
तो
tiny, and Evans knew it.
Yes. Okay. So he says for a few seconds, Evans looked thoughtfully at the man standing ramrod straight in front of him. What is ramrod straight? What is this word? Ramrod straight in front of him.
And strict supervisor.
Strict supervisor who was standing just directly in front of him. A string of Second World War medals proudly paraded. So he had a lot of medals that were there on his over his pocket. And he said, Mr. Jackson, was it you who took my nail scissors away? Evans had always worried about his hands. He said, I wanted my scissors, but I cannot find them now. Was that you who took my scissors away? And your nail file too. Look, for a moment, Evans' eyes smoldered dangerously. He had a kind of a burning look in his eyes, and he was getting angry, but Jackson was ready for him. He said, orders of the governor, Evans. He just leaned forward, he bent forward, and he leered, his voice dropping to a harsh, contemptuous. Contemptuous is full of hatred. You want to complain? He said. You have anything to complain? उसने बोला. उसने क्या बोला उसको कि क्या आपने मेरे scissors और nail file ले लिया है? वो कहता scissors नहीं लिया, nail file भी ले लिया. So Evans got angry at it, and he was just burning with anger. But Jackson was ready for him, and he said कि मुझे तो orders governor के मिले हैं. करनी है complain, करो complain. So Evans could not complain. So he just shrugged his shoulders lightly. उसने बोला नहीं कुछ नहीं करना, and the crisis was over. So he couldn't do anything. You've got half an hour to smarten yourself up. He said, just clear up your dirty beard. You've got half an hour. You still have the razor with you, and take that bloody hat off. The hat that you're wearing over your head, just take it off. I don't like it. It's a very dirty kind of a hat. Just take it off. He says, my hat? No, I will not. He just put his right hand lovingly on top of the filthy woolen and smiled sadly. He said, no, I don't want to take it. कभी-कभी कुछ बच्चे बोलते हैं कि हमारा ना लकी चार्म है ये पेन. हम सारे पेपर बोर्ड के पेपर इसी पेन से करेंगे. एक पेपर अच्छा हुआ तो ये हम सारे पेपर इसी से करेंगे, because this is a kind of a lucky charm. So he said, do you know, Mr. Jackson, it is the only thing that has ever brought me any kind of luck, kind of lucky charm, if you know what I mean. And today I thought, he said, क्योंकि मेरा exam है, well, I thought with my exam and all that. So buried somewhere in Jackson was a tiny core of compassion, and Evans knew it. So he played upon that part. He played upon that compassionate side of Jackson. He knew it, that he was kind-hearted, and if he would say such a thing, that of a lucky charm, then he would let him have that hat over his head. Evans knew it, so he said that. Okay. So what were the precautions now? Now can you tell me what were the precautions that were taken in? Some of the precautions. We still are left with some more precautions. Can you tell me some of the precautions that were taken for the smooth conduct of the examination? Some of the precautions that were taken, his scissors were taken away from him, his nail file was taken away from him, and then he was made to appear in the examination. He was all there in the cell. He was the only one there in the cell. So such kind of arrangements were made, and then a lot of security was there, and some more things you would read on in the next few paragraphs.
Ma'am, we can write that governor personally monitored all the security arrangements.
Yes, he personally monitored. Just hold on. Monitored each and everything, and he deputed two of his officials, one a senior official and Jackson, and another junior official, Stephens, to look into it, to look into all the arrangements. Okay, so next, yes, Jackson. Who is Jackson?
Shirley Temple. If there was one thing that Jackson genuinely loathed about Evans, it was his long wavy hair and get shaving.
So okay, I'll read it on. So what happened? So he said, just this once. He said, okay, for once you can have that hat over your head. And he actually hated his long hair. So he said that, okay, it's his lucky charm. Let him have this hat. And also, I would not be made to see his dirty long hair. And so what happened at 8:45? At 8:45 the same morning, the Reverend Stuart McLeary. What do you mean the Reverend? You must have heard of this word, Reverend. What is Reverend? Reverend is respectable. So because he's a priest, so that is why we've used this adjective with McLeary. McLeary is his name. He left his bachelor flat in Broad Street, and he stepped out briskly towards Carfax. Very, very fastly he moved towards Carfax. The weatherman reported temperatures considerably below the normal for early June, and a long black overcoat. So what was he wearing? He was wearing a long black overcoat and a shallow crowned clerical hat provided welcome protection from the steady drizzle. So it was raining steadily, it was drizzling. So he was wearing an overcoat, and so that was giving him a kind of a protection, which had set in half an hour earlier and which now spattered the thick lenses of his spectacles. ठीक है, अब बारिश शुरू हो गई थी, ड्रिजलिंग हो रही थी, और उसकी जो spectacles पे भी ग्लास पे भी पड़ रही थी बारिश. In his right hand, he was carrying a small brown suitcase which contained all that he would need for his morning duties. Just hold on. Required. One is the sealed question paper envelope, then is an invigilation form, then is a special authentication card. देखो कौन भेज रहा है उसको McCleary को, कहाँ से आ रहा है वो, एग्जामिनेशन बोर्ड से आ रहा है ना, the secretary is sending him, so for that authentication is required, so he's having that authentication card also. Then there is a paper knife, then there is a Bible because he is a priest. He was to speak to the women's guild that afternoon on the book of Ruth. तो इसके बाद इन्विजिलेशन के बाद उसने जाके एड्रेस भी करना था, तो दैट इज व्हाई ही वाज कैरिंग अ बाइबल विद हिम and a current copy of the Church Times, and he was carrying a newspaper also with him. And the 2-hour examination was scheduled to start at 9:15 a.m. So after half an hour, the examination was about to start. So he left his flat at 8:45, carrying all the things that were required for the smooth conduct of the examination: the invigilation form, the question paper, sealed question paper in a sealed envelope. Okay, and then Bible, which he would require. Then there was a paper knife to cut that seal. So all these things he carried along with him. Okay, so we'll leave it at this point, and we'll continue from here on Monday. But in the meantime, after 1 or 2 hours, I will be sending you links for this chapter or this play, so that you can just have an idea of what this play is all about, so that the next time we meet, most probably on Monday, you are clear with a bit of the play and whatever part we have covered and the part that we would be covering from Monday onwards. Is it clear to you? Clear to everybody? Okay. So that is all from my side. If there's any question, because the meeting would end in 1 or 2 minutes, if there's any question that you would like to ask from me, you can. Okay, that would be all, and thanks again to all of you for your wonderful wishes, and have a good day.